Total order is about just under $9,000.
No way.
Yeah. Hey everybody, this is Andres with Graffix Shack here in Ramona, California. And what we do here is screen printing, customized, personalized drinkware, and any type of personalized apparel. Anything you need in the description below. And in today's video, I'm gonna tell you how I got one of my biggest clients and how you guys can do the same thing. So this client was actually referred to me by one of my, I would say, a smaller client. They normally get one-offs, personalized items for their son or their daughter. They play football and soccer. And they referred me to this client, and the client got in contact with us. We met with them at their business. They like what we do. And then from ever since then, it's been great.
So, is word of mouth one of your biggest marketing strategies that gets you business?
Yes, word of mouth would be the number one way that we here at the Graffix Shack get business. Here in Ramona, for us, it's a very small town, so everybody knows me, everybody knows who we are, everybody knows what we do here. And whenever somebody in a small town refers you to another person, another business, that business or that person takes that into consideration, and they usually trust you very much. So that's one of the, I guess, positive sides of working in a small town.
So when this customer hit you up the first time, do you remember what they ordered?
Yes, the first time they ordered, I believe it was just 3 dozen t-shirts for their staff. It was just 3 dozen, which I mean it's 36 shirts, so it's a good size.
And did you know this was gonna be a big client or no?
No, I had no idea. Actually, when we first met with them, they didn't have their logo files. I had to recreate everything for them. I did it just as a gesture because I was recommended to them and I didn't want to look bad with that person that did recommend us. And just to show you, it does go a long way when you go the extra mile for somebody, because we recreated all of their logos, and this is a big company. We recreated all their logos, got everything ready for print, and once we gave them their shirts, they were so happy, they liked them, and they came back with bigger orders.
Now, when you get a client like this, a big company, but they place a small order, do you hook them up on price, regular price? How do you handle that?
We give them the regular price. For these people, they're actually a non-profit organization, and we actually do like what they're doing over there. We support what they're doing. So the first order, we gave them a regular price. On their next order, which was a big order, it was, I can't remember the number of t-shirts, but it was like $5,000 or $6,000, and it was like merchandise for their gift shop. So in that case, we did give them a little bit of a discount because, you know, they are a non-profit and we want to give them the ability to recoup their investment as well.
Got it. So now you're actually working on this order right now.
Yeah.
Can you show us one of the shirts?
Yes, this is the back. We got the backs printed on all the shirts.
Got it.
And then the front part, which is what we're going to be working on today, is right here.
All right. So not a big design. Hey, do you like working on smaller designs or the ones that are really big?
I like something that's like small, left chest, maybe a 1 or 2 color. As you can see, they have a very simple logo. It's not hard. It's in my opinion, the simple and clean is the best way to go for your logo.
Got it. And now, how many shirts you got left?
We have about...
You still gotta do all these? The backs?
All the ones that are underneath the black ones, yeah.
The green ones?
Everything.
All of these?
Yeah. So we've done the fronts of these so far. So we gotta do all the fronts of those. We have greens, denim, charcoal, and some black.
Now, when you get a big job like this, how do you estimate the time it's gonna take you?
Well, that is because I already know, I've been doing this for a long time, so I know roughly my production per hour. So based on my production per hour, I can calculate how many hours it's gonna take or how many days it's gonna take for us to bang out the whole order. In this case, I think there is 200, just under 300, there's about 270 shirts total, but they're front and back. So you multiply that by 2, it's because you're doing front print, the back print,
and it's double color.
and it's, on the front it's a two color logo, yeah.
So how long has this been taking you?
The back, I think in the back I did it in 2 nights, and I did probably 4 hours.
Okay.
Probably 4 hours, I think, per night.
Are you gonna finish today, or you don't know?
Oh, I'll have these done tonight, yeah.
Yeah?
I'll have them done, all of them today, yeah.
When are the customers expecting this order?
This order, the lady actually called me and said that the weather has been really bad because over there it snows.
Yeah.
She doesn't want me driving over there in the snow, so she said to hold off a couple weeks. So I said, all right.
So,
But she, we'll take it. We'll
yeah.
take it over. So,
but she's so there's no rush for them.
no.
Oh, those are good customers,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Like they don't rush you.
They don't rush. They don't. And then sometimes, like they trust me so much, they gave me the code for their after hours delivery. So if, I don't even have to be there. I just show up at night sometimes, put them in their little storage, come back.
Got it. And you've had this customer for a long time.
Yeah.
What's one advice you have for new screen printers to make those relationships last? So it's not just a one. Because for example, you don't haggle on price.
No.
Right? You don't compete against price.
No.
What do you do? What's your secret, Andres?
My secret is you just gotta be genuine. You gotta be a real person. Give your price based on your own expenses. Make sure you're making money. Don't bend over backwards for anybody. And the best way is to just be friendly. Be friendly. Be genuine. Treat the people, treat the customers the way that you want to be treated. So for me here at the Graffix Shack, we don't care if you are a mom coming in here for a t-shirt just to support your son, or if you're a big company like these guys, we're gonna treat you the same way. It doesn't matter how much you're spending.
What you doing, Andres?
Right now we're gonna add some ink.
Let me ask you something. Some tips for screen printers.
Yes.
How do you pick the color?
The color usually is dictated by the customer. In this case, well, let me take that back. I know a lot of screen printing shops, that you go to them and they ask you for, like, you take a design to them, they ask you, okay, what's the Pantone color? They want like a perfect, and then they mix it for you and all that. So here at the Graffix Shack, my customers are not very picky. They don't know their Pantone color. Most of them don't even have files. So when they come and in the case of this customer right here, their logo is white and black. I mean, white and orange. So any orange will do for them. They're not picky. If I can pick, if let's say I go to the store and they didn't have this orange, but they have another brand that's maybe a little darker, maybe a little lighter, they're fine with it. As long as it's an orange, they're cool. So here at the Shack, that's how we don't really do any mixing, anything like that. The customer usually, hey, give me a red or give me an orange. I just get anything that's like a standard red, standard orange.
Have you ever got a customer that's like, hey, we want this exact blue? A specific, like Pantone colors.
Yeah, only one, in my whole time being a screen printer, one time I had one customer that wanted it was like a specific tan.
Oh.
So I said, okay, give me the Pantone. And at that time, I myself was a beginner, so there was no way I was gonna mix it. So what I did was I said, give me the Pantone number, and they knew exactly what they wanted, so they gave it to me. And then I went to Ryanet, Ryanet.com, I believe it was. I think it's screenprintingsupplies.com now. And I don't know if they still have the service where you can just order a specific color ink and they'll send it to you. So that's what I did. I ordered it from them, they sent it to me, and I charged the customer for the whole thing.
How do you make sure you get that white on the black t-shirt? So you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. You want a nice, crisp, bright white. So what we're doing here is we're doing something called a flash print. So when we print the first pass, you'll see that you get it. It's white, but it's not really as bright as you would want it. So then what we do is we flash it. So we'll send it over to the flash dryer just for a little bit, 10 seconds maybe. And then we print right on top of that. to get a nice bright white.
How many passes do you usually do on a shirt?
Squeegee passes, I usually do 2. It really depends on the screen printer themselves. As many passes as you need to clear the screen with all the ink. So let me give you an example. Let's say that you give it 1 pass and there's still like some ink right here. So you want to give it another to make sure that everything gets cleared. Sometimes it may take you 3. Depends on the mesh. This is a 110 mesh, so the holes are pretty big. If it's like a 230 mesh, maybe 3 passes.
And what about colors? Is it the same process?
The same process. So for this one, this is an orange, and we want this orange to be nice and bright. You could, as you can see, this is just 1 pass. You could do an underbase, but we don't typically like to do underbase unless the customer requests it, because it makes the print thicker.
Do you use water-based or plastisol ink?
We use plastisol ink here.
Have you ever tried water-based?
Yes, we have, and I do like the water-based. However, for bigger runs, for us in our setup, the bigger runs, it's not really practical because you gotta work really fast. So,
Well, why?
Otherwise, the ink will dry in the mesh. So if you don't keep the ink moist, if you don't keep it moving, it'll dry in the mesh, and then you have to go clean the screen because it won't be good anymore. But let me know, do you guys use a process similar to this? Do you guys do exactly what I do? Do you guys have your own process? Let me know how you guys manage to get bright colors on your prints.
What about if it was like on a white shirt or gray shirt? Would it be the same process?
No, this is the only process that we use for the dark colored shirts. Black, charcoal, navy. If it's a white, light gray, something light, then we just 1 pass is good enough.
And another question is, these are cotton shirts, right?
These are 100% cotton. These are Next Level brand. The customer requested Next Level, so that's what we got them.
I love Next Level 3600.
Yep.
Oh, I love those, man.
Those are probably my favorite shirts. Yeah. They're nice.
Now, let me ask you, different shirts, do they require a different process or the same process in your opinion?
The only time that we change it up a little bit is if the shirts are 50-50 blend or higher. If it's cotton, same process. But if it's polyester involved, then we have to flash it for a little bit less because the ink dries. We have to use a different ink, and we don't want the ink to bleed through, and then it'll ruin our print. So what we do is we have to work a little bit faster, but that's the only time we adjust our printing is if there's polyester involved.
You ever burn a shirt by accident?
Many shirts. Just last week, I think I forgot I had a shirt on the pallet, and I burned the collar. So good thing I ordered extra, so
yeah.
Not a big deal. These dry pretty quick.
Oh yeah.
So you'll see right now how fast. Like sometimes I don't have enough time to pull the shirt off and load another one before I gotta pull the other one out.
And you're curing them right now, right? Or no, not yet?
Right now we are curing right now. So this ink dries at 260 degrees. So we like to get it over 260 just to make sure. As you can see, it only took about 12 seconds. So now we have to pull this off. Put this here, grab a shirt. All right, guys, so that's some tips for you guys on how you guys can get some clients like these, and once you get them, you can keep them coming back. Make sure you treat them well.
And wait, how much is this order right here?
This is the second half of the order. So the total order is about just under $9,000.
No way.
Yeah.
Damn, hey bro, that's all you need for a month.
Yeah, and if you really think about it, if I really worked like an 8-hour shift, like a regular job, I could have probably done this in probably a week at the most. Not rushing or not being rushed or anything like that. So there is money to be made. There is, for anybody out there who wants to start their own business, there is money to be made in screen printing. You just gotta keep hustling, keep grinding until you land those customers that bring you those bigger orders, and then you just nurture them. And that being said, if you guys need anything screen printing, drinkware, links in the description below. If you have any questions, any comments, leave it in the comment section below. We'll get back to you. I answer most of the comments myself. My man Ray is here sometimes, will chime in, but let us know anything you guys want us to do, any videos, any ideas, and we'll see you in the next one.